Hello and welcome to Teamworks. This is a podcast where we'll be covering everything to do with the gaming world. Each episode we'll be talking to people like ourselves. If you're a streamer or you're just a casual gamer that just wants to talk about gaming, we'll be talking all about everything to do about gaming, and from time to time we'll be talking about Marvel stuff as well. So if you're a big Marvel fan, we'll be talking about that. So this is our podcast. We are Teamworks. Hello everyone and welcome back to the podcast. This is Teamworks and we are on season 2, episode 24, and this week we have Franco Beceiro. Have I said that right? Have I said that wrong that time? I don't know. I think it did. I think it did anyway. He's from Atum Soundworks, is that right?
Yes.
So, how are you doing, mate? Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing good.
Good. And just before we get into talking about gaming and all that, just tell me and my listeners just a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
Okay, well, I have been making music for film and television for the last 10 years. Previously to that, I played in bands throughout school, and now I am focusing mainly on video games with my studio Atum Soundworks.
Yeah.
And also, I have a personal music project called Supercore.
Oh,
You can
nice.
find my latest single on Spotify and all the platforms.
Nice one. And just tell us, how did you get into all that stuff in the first place?
Well, I always loved music since I was like 6 or 7 years old. It's the thing that was my main focus forever, and yeah, I just played in bands and always loved to play and make music. And later on, I started to um, play with softwares and composing, and started getting commissions through sites like Fiverr and doing stuff for people I knew and friends, and ended up getting a couple jobs and went from there.
Amazing stuff. And music. I've always said music is the best friend you can ever have, because music is one of them things where it changes all your moods, doesn't it? It's something that you could say relaxes you. You can put something on and you can just relax to some decent tunes, and that's what I love about music. And the way you're doing it is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, so you're on Spotify, or did you say?
Yes, you can find my latest single on Spotify by the name Supercore, like the word hardcore, but Supercore.
Nice one. And do you have any socials that people can contact you on and stuff like that?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram or as Supercore World, and on X you can find the site for Atum Soundworks, like that.
Nice one. And that's brilliant stuff. Thank you for sharing that with us, mate. We're just going on to some gaming stuff now, and basically, the first question I want to ask you is, what game did you first play,
First game.
and what year?
What year? That will have to be like mid 90s.
Yeah,
I used to have a family console, Nintendo, and played Super Mario, Donkey Kong, and all that stuff.
yeah,
Later, I got a Sega Genesis, and that's still for me. That's my favorite console. That's I have a, like you say, emotional uh, attached to the 16 bits Sega Genesis.
nice one. And what would you say was your best console you played on?
Best console. I will have to pick the Sega Genesis because the year that I got it was like very formative for me. The games were new and exciting, and I was really young, so my mind was very impressionable, and the stuff that I played uh, in those days, like I said, Mortal Kombat and Sonic and all the classics from that era really influenced me until this day even.
Yeah, and do you know what? It's all I love the Sonic, Mario, anything to do like that. They're just fantastic games, and they never get old for me. And it's amazing that retro gaming is still well loved these days, and I do love that.
Yes, yes.
So go on, mate.
Those games are classics, you know.
They are, and you know they made the Mario and the Sonic movies, and you know what? I actually liked them as well. They were amazing movies. Them. What was your opinion on the movies?
The movies, I saw the first Sonic with my niece back when it came out. I think 2020, and it was really fun. Yeah, yeah. And the Mario movie, I haven't seen it yet, but I really love Jack Black, so I maybe check it out.
It's brilliant. I mean, some people said Chris Pratt wasn't a really good Mario because he didn't sound Italian, but some people forget that um, Mario, the character in the game, the person that played him, he wasn't actually Italian himself. So you know, I think Chris Pratt did a really good job. I won't spoil it for you, but yeah, my opinion, it's definitely worth a watch, mate. It's brilliant.
Yes, yes.
So
I
I
think
think
I'm gonna check it out later.
yeah, definitely you need to check it up. I mean, there's that many things I need to check up, and I've just not got the time to do it. But it's a bit like
Same here, same here, man.
but it's a bit like with gaming. I mean, I have that many games that I'm always 60% through a game, and then I end up switching to another game, so I never complete them. And I keep saying to myself, I need to just stick at a game when I get a chance and play the games. So
Well,
yeah,
that's the culture today, right? Like there's so many things coming out all the time. So many great things that is really impossible to keep up with all the latest shows and movies and games and music, and there's just so much stuff, on the internet all the time.
Yeah, I know, and no wonder we're looking puzzled all the time because we've got that many things to to click onto. It's like, which one do we go to first? In it,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, do you ever stream? Have you ever streamed on Twitch or anything?
Not yet, but I'm looking into it.
Yeah, well, it is a really good thing to do. It's if you want to just show people what you love doing. It's amazing for that.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a couple of streams from this guy, Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park, and he was making music live, coming up with stuff live on his stream. People would chip in on stuff, and that was great.
Yeah, and you know, talking about going back to music and gaming together. What is your best soundtrack you've ever heard in a game?
The stuff that I did, or my favorite soundtrack from a game.
Yeah, favorite soundtrack from a game.
Hmm. I will have to say, from the stuff that influenced me the most. Uh, it's not original music, but Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, that soundtrack.
Yeah, that soundtrack was amazing. I have to admit, I totally agree with that one. That was just it was one of them soundtracks that you didn't get bored of, and the fact that they brought the game out again was brilliant.
Yeah, I keep listening to it today sometimes.
Yeah, well, you know, if you have a tune that you really like and it's always been on your mind, you, it's always great to listen to them again. I mean, I have a few that I listen to
For
again, and
sure, for sure.
some people think to yourself, haven't you just listened to that how many times today? I was like, yeah, but I don't care.
Yeah,
I love it.
I just like it.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you have a gaming PC?
um, I wouldn't say a gaming PC, but my computer that I use for work, it can run some games.
Nice. And do you play any games on it? What is your best PC game you've ever played?
My best PC game. My friend has a really cool one, but I'm not really an technical person. Like I don't know many things about computer stuff, so I won't be able to say what type of CPU he has, or anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest with you, I've only got myself a gaming PC this year, and it does open more stuff for you because obviously, you know, you say you got a PC for your work and all that. Um, I do it for the podcast, and before I did have a gaming PC, that it was like finding ways to record the podcast, and it wasn't the greatest ways. So by upgrading to a PC, it's actually changed a lot for the recordings, and yeah, it's great in that sense, and it doesn't have to be used for gaming, like you say.
Yeah, yeah, nice, nice. Congrats on that.
Thank you. And also as well that
Ah,
going back into the game world and how much it's progressed, and you look back from the graphics in the 90s and maybe a bit further back to the 80s, and you you look back there, you think to yourself, I couldn't imagine myself playing them games again now on that particular console. I know some people do, but the only way I would play the really, really old games again is probably through my PC or on the PlayStation. Um, but you look at the graphics now. If you would like to be a guest on our show yourself and talk about your background, how you became a streamer or just a casual gamer, just DM us on our social medias, or you can contact us by our email, which is teamworkspodcast@outlook.com. Now let's get back to the episode. And they're just like, wow, the brilliance, it's amazing, isn't it?
yes, it's absolutely incredible. The stuff that people do, even with very little budget, it's just amazing. Unreal Engine and all the stuff.
God, that Unreal Engine is just something real, isn't it? I mean, I seen a screenshot of what's supposedly be the next Mafia game, and it was only a screenshot that they leaked, and the screenshot looked like you were looking at a picture that was took from real life, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. If this is what games are going to look like eventually, imagine in 10 years time,
Yes.
what would they look like? They'll be so insane that you feel like you're there, won't you?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's going to get more and more immersive and more um, addictive too as time goes by and as technology progresses. And now with the coming of AI,
Yeah.
things are going to be very exciting.
Well, yeah,
I
you know,
think.
you just mentioned AI. PlayStation are meant to be doing something with the AI, which basically, if you're stuck on a game or something, the AI takes over and does it for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
something like that. Yeah, there've been talks about it. It's not arrived yet, but there has been quite a lot of talks about it, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not sure about that one, but it could be interesting.
Yeah, seems like that would defeat the purpose of playing the game, I think, because if the games are playing themselves, uh, it's not really a game that you're playing anymore.
No, but I suppose if you literally have to go out for a few minutes, or you've you've gone down, and sometimes you can't pause a game, can you? So I wonder if that's something it's going to be doing. It's going to present when you're awake. You when you're on multiplayer games, sometimes it disconnects you off the game, doesn't it? Because
Oh yeah, yeah, maybe it can be like that. Yes.
yeah, so it'll keep you tapped in game basically, which could be a cool feature because you know yourself. I've done it plenty of times. I've come away from a game just for a few minutes, and I've gone back up, and it's disconnected me from the game. Um,
Yeah.
but no, normally when I'm gaming, I don't leave my chair unless I need to.
Yeah.
I've just once I'm in the game, I'm in a zone. That's it. You just gotta go. You can't stop. I try not to stop anyway.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of the VR, the virtual reality. It's incredible. Again,
Yes, it's so amazing. Um, I really want to try these machines that you play like a motorcycle simulator.
yeah.
Uh, I don't remember the name of the game, but I saw a video and it looked so real, and the movements of the bike combined with the stuff you get on the helmets on the glasses. It was so amazing.
It is, and you know what? I had the first PlayStation VR helmet, and don't get me, it was a brilliant helmet and all that, but it was a big bulgy thing that was pretty heavy on your forehead. And you know what? I said this to a few people. I said I didn't know I had emotional sickness till I tried the VR, and
Yeah.
it just shows you you think you're gonna be all right with something, but you're not. So after 15
Yes.
minutes, I had to get off. It was like, whoa, this is a bit weird. This I don't feel right, and I felt like that for half an hour. So unless you're doing it in short periods, I don't recommend anyone going on a VR longer than 15 minutes. And it does actually say that you're supposed to take a break every 15 minutes. I know some people don't, but
It's
yeah,
so intense.
it is, isn't it? What it is we're not used to having bright lights and things coming at us directly in our
Yes.
eyes. So, yeah, in that sense, it's going to bring all emotional sickness, and you know, um, I do like the VR. Don't get me. I've not plugged my VR helmet in since I had the PS4, because when I got the PS5, the PS4 camera wasn't compatible with the PS5. So I was like, oh, this is a bit stupid, isn't it? And obviously, you had to
Mhm.
use the camera in order to censor the VR helmet. So anyway, waiting for ages, and then PlayStation said if you have a VR helmet, but you and the original camera, you'd be able to get a free adapter off us. So I went, okay. So I applied, got my free adapter, but for some reason I haven't plugged it all in and played it again. But obviously, PlayStation VR 2's out now, and eventually I can see probably 10 to 20 years time, probably hopefully 10 years time, because I'll still be gaming in 10 years time, maybe more. But I just think that VR is going to be just a pair of glasses that you put on and you see everything through the glasses, which would be actually be amazing, wouldn't it?
I was just listening to a podcast with Sean Carmack, the guy from Doom.
Yeah,
The guy developed the first VR helmet. I think it's called Oculus, I think.
the Oculus,
And
yeah,
yeah, yeah, he was saying that like the common person is not used to having a big awkward like thing on their head and on their face. And yes, I think it should that in the future, now with Neuralink
yeah,
and all that stuff, it's going to be less hardware, and the VR is going to be more on the like we're gonna just see it like in our minds maybe.
yeah. I think it is. I think it's gonna be just. We think it's insane now. It's gonna be insane in 10 years. That's the thing about it. Is we're thinking to ourselves now, how can they get any better on what they've got? Because what they've got now is just incredible, and the technology these days is just amazing. So how could they go in 10 years' time? They will do something because they always find new technology and all that to do. But I'm just thinking to myself, the only technology I can see with a VR now, maybe in 10 years' time, is it's going to be a pair of glasses that you put on, which will be so much comfier. It'll be so much easier. But I bet any chance that it's not going to be cheap.
Well, maybe at the start it won't be cheap, but somehow down the line, people will have to get that. Just like it happened with the first PCs and the first consoles,
Yeah, yeah, because
I think.
I remembered the first PlayStation. God, yeah, because the original PlayStation was a big chunky grey thing, and
Yeah,
people always thought that it was the PlayStation One, but it wasn't. It turned out was just called PlayStation, and then they brought
yes,
the smaller version, and that was the PlayStation One, which was incredible because
yeah,
it got your mind thinking because you thought that big one was actually the PlayStation One. I mean, technically you could say it was the
yeah.
PlayStation One, but it wasn't named it.
And back then, the first PlayStation with the first 3D games on a home console,
Yeah,
it blew people's minds. The graphics and all the stuff. It was so amazing.
yeah, they were, and you look at the graphics there, and then and now, and you think to yourself, did I really play them games? Because
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
I think retro games now, if you're looking back at retro games now, they they'll be sore on your eyes if you haven't been on that console for ages, for years, because we're used to all the new tech and the new graphics but if you went back to an old console now, where the pixels are like so bad, it'll be bad on your eyes when you think of it.
yeah. Maybe yes.
Yeah,
I
but
think so.
it's what gaming's good for you. Technology, it's just fantastic, and I can't wait to see it where they go from that now, because there's just so many things that are advanced right now. So yeah, it'll be amazing to see in 10 years' time. What do you think there'll be in 10 years' time?
Hmm. In 10 years' time, maybe games will be more like real life, um, harder to distinguish like a movie from a game.
Yeah,
Uh, I think that can happen like pretty soon. And like I said, games will be more and more immersive, and yeah, just better and better through time.
definitely. And what could you if you could have a game made now, what would it be? What universe would it be in? And if you happened to be one of the characters, what would you be?
That's a really cool question. Um, if I can make a game now, I think it will have to be kind of dark and like kind of sci-fi because I really love that stuff. And my character will be like the Doom guy, I think. because he's the most badass guy in all gaming.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that is it's amazing. I mean, if I could have a game made, um, I would sort of like mix it, and I would have superpowers as my character. I will probably be in a universe like, let's just say, for instance, the Uncharted series.
Yeah,
I would mix it where I've got some type of superhero powers. And yeah, the target is to um, reach the destination and save the city, or wherever you are. And I love a good adventure open world game. I mean, open world games are fantastic, and I've started playing Red Dead Dimension 2, and I don't know
oh, it's
why.
amazing.
Do you
Yes,
know? Do you know what? I don't know why I didn't start that sooner, because it's an amazing game.
yes. It's so incredible and so original. Back when it came out, the first one, um, I remember I was just blown away because I really liked Western stuff. When I saw that they were making a game that was like GTA but Western, uh, I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, definitely, mate. And you know what? It's been amazing having you on the show, mate. It's been a fantastic chat. And you know what? We'll definitely get you on for part two, because I just think there's a lot more to talk about. And you know, gaming, music, it just never stops there. Technology, it's amazing. I can't wait to see it grow. And yeah, I hope you do well with your music as well, mate.
Thank you, James, and it was a pleasure talking to you. And yeah, I look forward to part two.
Definitely, mate. Just before we go, we did have a question from our last guest, um, and he that was Texas Gennard, another uh, person that was so passionate about gaming and music. So his question to you, because these are random questions. They just asked that he doesn't know which. This is how good it is. It's they don't know which guest they're going to be asking the question for. They're just going to ask a question. Basically, his question to you is: what is your favorite role playing game and why?
Hmm. I don't think that it's really a role playing game, but Castlevania.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good game. That.
Yeah. I love the stuff back when it was new and the more recent stuff that they did. Yeah,
Nice.
vampires and the weapons and the sets and stuff. It was amazing.
And why would you? What would you say? Why was that the reason for that choice of game?
Mm, because, like I said, I love like dark stuff, like
Yeah,
horror and vampire stuff. And Castlevania was one of the first ones like that I played. Yes, I really love it.
brilliant. A fantastic response to that question as well. And you know what? It's been amazing. I love getting guests on the show, and I hope you've enjoyed it, mate. And definitely part two sometime soon.
Thank you for having me, James.
Not a problem, mate. So everyone that doesn't know, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. You can catch us on Twitter, which is TWPod1, And if you want to get in touch as well, you can get in touch with us by email, which is teamworkspodcast@outlook.com. And last but least is to say is we are partners now with TerraPlayer. TerraPlayer is an internet radio station for gamers, and each time our episodes are released, it goes onto their website as well. So yeah, check them out. It's TerraPlayer, guys. It's just a fantastic partner, and many years to come. Thank you, Franco. It's been amazing, mate, and look after yourself, and definitely all the best of luck for your music and all that, mate. Please send us a link, and I'll support you with your music as well, because I love my music, so I wouldn't mind listening to it.
Thank you, James, for having me. And yes, I look forward to chatting with you again.
No worries, mate. You take care, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Under my sleeve, I blast them all, watch them fall like autumn leaves. Damn it, I can't leave. Night City keep calling me. God damn it, I'm a G. And this fuck shit is all it needs. Life a funky bitch, but this bitch ain't divorcing me.